But now here we are, it's decision time.
Democratic presidential hopefuls are making their final pitch in Iowa ahead of tomorrow night's caucuses. The famed first-in-the-nation contest kicks off what's likely to be a contentious primary season. Our Matt Smith is in Iowa. Matt.
Hi, Adrienne. We're in Dubuque and we'll eventually make our way to Des Moines as the candidates this weekend are pressing the gas pedal in their final pitch to reach as many Iowa voters as possible ahead of Monday night.
The reason we are going to win here in Iowa is we have the strongest grassroots movement.
At this point,
I am so glad to be here with all of you. We're down to it now.
It appears Iowa is still up for grabs.
I believe we are just a few days away from making history right here in Iowa with your help.
The candidates, some seemingly passing as state residents these days, are all in.
Out of the starting gate here, you're going to eliminate several people.
Around Des Moines, caucus officials are preparing for a record turnout, even moving some caucus locations for the first time in years to accommodate the expected crowds.
Thousands of volunteers, hundreds of hours to make sure that everyone's ready on February 3rd.
And some voters who take their first-in-the-nation status to heart say they're still undecided.
I've not seen him in person, so I kind of need to hear what he's got to say and answer questions.
Monday night, it's decision time. Democratic caucus goers will split into groups by the candidate they like. In order to remain viable, a campaign must have 15% of the total number of people in the room. If they don't, voters must move to another camp. Once complete, the numbers are tallied.
I never envisioned that I wouldn't be here the last week, but that's what's happening.
And for the plot twist, the 4 U.S. senators in Washington the past 2 weeks for the impeachment trial.
I'm making the direct ask of them is that they need to run for me.
As for the president's campaign, they are sure not sidelined. Republicans will caucus Monday night as well. The president is facing 2 Republican challengers, Joe Walsh and Bill Weld. The Trump campaign wants Republicans to get out and show their support. In fact, Monday, all across the state, 80 surrogates and delegates for the president. Campaign officials, administration officials, family members will be out to flood the state. Adrienne.
We look forward to your coverage, Matt. Thank you. For the first time ever, Marquette University will be a site for the Iowa caucuses on Monday. You heard that right. Students from Iowa caucusing on campus in Milwaukee. We're talking about how this all will work now with Marquette student Eric Rohrholm, who's the chair of the Marquette College Democrats. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Go ahead and just explain how this works. What's happening on Monday?
Sure. So the way that this actually happened in the first place was I had a political campaign reach out to me with the opportunity to host one and say, hey, this paperwork is due in 4 days. For the first time, the Iowa Democratic Party is allowing us to have satellite caucuses so that Iowa residents and voters don't have to vote, return to Iowa to vote or to caucus, which is awesome and very cool. So lots of people submitted paperwork, and to the best of my knowledge, they didn't approve all of them, which is cool. They only approved a select number, and we were one of them. So there will be satellite caucuses happening all over the place. There's some in Iowa that are happening at different time. There's some in California. There's one in Tbilisi, Georgia. And there's one in Milwaukee because I petitioned to have one here and they said yes, because we have a lot of Iowa students here actually.
And a really good hands-on experience for students and people in the community. I understand you could just go and watch.
100%.
What can we expect to happen on Monday?
Yeah, so a caucus is a different process than a normal vote, than a normal primary. A caucus is kind of a time commitment. It's going to be somewhere around 3 hours usually. Ours might be a little smaller because we have less people. But what happens is everybody gathers in a big room. The Iowa Democratic Party gives me a very regimented script. It's a very regimented thing. There's some party business. And then the caucus itself happens. And so what happens there is we're all in a room and there's a little corner for every single candidate running. I believe right now there are still 12. You put their name up there, and then you go to the corner of the candidate that you want to support. You have to have 15% of that given precinct. We have a little satellite precinct happening right there. And if your candidate reaches 15%, then they are viable. And if they do not, you have 2 options, sort of 3. You can join somebody who is viable. You can convince somebody to join you and make your candidate viable, or you can combine with other people to make that candidate viable for the first time. So it's a several round process. It's very vocal. It doesn't have to be quiet. You can talk to each other, you can yell at each other, you can debate. Other people can come and yell at you and debate you and convince you to move a certain way. So it's a really volatile, unpredictable process, and really anything can happen at it.
And then where do the results go?
So I actually get to report the results on an app, which is super fascinating. There's a lot of math and calculations involved that they're going to help me do, thank goodness. But that's part of what's really cool about this, is technology has allowed us to communicate with the states and the party in a way that I don't really think was possible before today, which is awesome.
And how many people are you expecting?
I believe we will actually have 7 caucusers. I looked at the updated list. There are 7 names. There were 6 last I looked before that, but I think we're going to have 7.
And a lot of the people participating in the caucus or voting, this is their first time, if these are college students.
Yes.
What is the excitement level like on campus for the election?
It's very high. People understand how high the stakes are in this election, which is good. A lot of people wanted to vote very bad in 2016 but could not. There were a lot of people like me who actually did vote in 2016. We're very frustrated by the results, so there's a very big groundswell of people ready to vote in the general election in November. I encourage a lot of people to vote even earlier than that. We have a state Supreme Court race happening so early as in February, so we're starting that process early so that we don't have to play catch up with voter registration, but excitement is high.
What issues would you say your fellow students are most interested in this election?
Yep, I was actually surprised. I feel like in general, healthcare seems to be the #1 issue that's motivating people, but at Marquette and for college students, it's climate change, for sure. People understand the stakes of climate change. They understand that we have a very narrow closing window, and they understand that bold action and lots of targeted investment is going to be the only thing that really saves our planet from the catastrophe that climate change is going to cause. So that is the #1 thing motivating people.
And since you're the chair of the College Democrats, you're super involved at Marquette. I'm wondering if you have any predictions as to who the nominee will be for the Democrats.
Yes, I do. I've been saying this for a while, back when people thought I was crazy, but I think that it is Bernie Sanders' race to lose right now. I think he's got the best shot, and he's definitely the most popular candidate on campus right now.
And there's always that thought that students don't show up to vote, young people don't show up to vote. Do you think this time will be different?
I do. 2016 was a case study in what happens when voter turnout is bad. In 2018, youth absolutely surpassed the expectations for how they were going to turn out, and youth voter registration in the last 2 years has been sky high, unprecedented levels of participation. Wisconsin in particular, people can register same day. That tends to bode very, very well for student participation, because we don't really tend to plan that well as a group. So I predict absolute record turnout for students and young people for sure.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, and good luck on Monday.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Coming up, it hasn't happened since 1952. What's the chance this year of a contested convention in Milwaukee?